Good evening, everyone. This is me, Wawana Montgomery, the WMB brand. I want to touch base on something that has really tugged at my heartstrings this week. I know that I've been talking about a lot of stuff that's fun and invigorating and inspirational, and I want to keep doing that, but this is something that is very important to me. So this week here in Oklahoma City, actually it was last weekend, we suffered an amazing, just a crazy tragedy where a young woman drove her car into a crowd of people at a parade, and there were at least 40 people injured, and there were 4 fatalities. But the purpose of this is not to incriminate that young lady, because there's still a lot of things that are being investigated and that we're not 100% sure of. But this is the main point. One of the issues that may be coming into full play with this situation is mental illness. At first it was thought that maybe she was on drugs, under the influence of alcohol or other drugs, and we still don't have the results of that. But now it has come out that, she did have a background of mental illness. So my thing is, with that whole situation, there's more than one tragedy. And I'm not saying that her family didn't do what was necessary. It sounds like they've stepped in and intervened in the past. But I'm making it more personal. If you are out there and you are dealing with mental illness, please do not be ashamed. Do not be afraid to reach out and get help. And I'm going to talk very specifically to the African American community. We have a major issue of not really dealing with mental illness. And part of that is because of the fact that getting counseling is shunned. A lot of folks are really struggling mentally and battling depression and different things like that. And what they're told is, oh, go pray about it. Absolutely. Being a woman of faith myself, absolutely I agree that you should pray. I have a strong faith. That absolutely guides who I am. But God also allowed there to be counselors and psychologists for a reason. So I really want to speak directly into the camera. If you are dealing with any kind of mental illness, maybe you don't even know what it's called, but you're noticing that you don't necessarily feel right, your mood swings are up and down, be clear that I am not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, or do I have any of those titles. But one thing I do know is we can avoid people hurting themselves or hurting others if we take the stigma off of mental health issues. We've got to do that. If your best girlfriend or anyone comes to you in confidence and they are describing things that sound like they may need some help, encourage them to do so. If you are the one who needs help and you speak to your family and they're kind of trying to make you brush it under the rug, keep going until you find someone you can trust to get you help. And I do know that most states have a 211 phone line, and that's literally what it's called, is 211. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. The folks on the other line are volunteers who are very compassionate, and they can give you some resource phone numbers and organizations for all sorts of things. But I know that mental health is one of the things that they support callers on. So that's just really been deep in my heart this week, is mental health. You have got to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't be any good for anyone else. You've got to take a pulse on how you're feeling. Be open and honest about that. Be real. Don't just walk around with it buried on the inside and out of shame and out of fear. You should definitely not be afraid to seek the help that you need. Because I don't want, your family doesn't want, your friend doesn't want you to go until you hurt yourself or you hurt someone else. Life is too short. And we don't want you to make it even shorter. So if you are having feelings that, something is not quite right, you're not quite feeling balanced, it is so important. Our mental health is just as important as physical health. In fact, not being in good mental health can actually create physical illness. If you're walking around burdened down with all kinds of different emotions and feelings going on inside, and you're not feeling clear in your head, that can make you physically sick. It's stressful. So my plea for everyone out there, male, female, young, old, whoever, do not feel stigmatized. Do not let people shame you out of it. Your mental health is absolutely important. Take care of yourself. Reach out. Get the resources you need. And get that someone you can trust. And sit on that couch and have that counseling session. Do what you need to do to be your best self and take care of yourself mentally. If you do that, everything else you're doing in life will come together and be obtainable. But please, please, from the bottom of my heart, I am asking you to take care of yourself, take care of your mental and emotional health. I hope this was encouraging to someone, helped you peel back those layers of fear to do what you need to do to be your best self and take care of you. Please, don't forget to comment below. Tell me what you think. Share this with your friends or maybe someone who can use it, or your family. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Until the next time, take care of your mental health.